Teacher will want me. Teacher will Tapsila. Teacher will loan me.
All right. Thank you so much. Teachers, we love you. Teachers, we love you. We love you. Sincerely, we love you. We love you. Even if nobody tells you, I'm telling you. We love you. The land loves you. We all love you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, more guys have come in. Dennis Akasim, you're welcome. Dirisu David, Emmanuel Asere, you're welcome. Emmanuel Ode, you're welcome. Robert, wow, it's been a long time. No, we met, no, we discussed sometime in June. Yeah, you're welcome. John Barr, I'm looking forward to come and eat jollof rice in your place. John Barr, you're welcome. I mean, Ghana jollof. That's your special Ghana jollof. You're welcome. Kojo, you're welcome. Lindia, Lottie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all teachers here. Mary Gold, thank you. Number one, I'm seeing your name again popping up the second time. Raymond, too long. Thank you for coming around. Samuel, okay, you're welcome. Serge, you're welcome. Everyone that is here already, we are highly welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming around. We are not taking this for granted at all. We really, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Thank you for sparing this time. Now we are going to be jumping into the training right away. I've told you already, get your writing materials ready, get your pen, paper, get your mind ready, get a glass of water close to you. Mr. Takai Michael is loaded. Mr. Michael is loaded, is here. Remember, I've always told us, you are limited by knowledge. Gain knowledge. Gain it. There's no substitute. There's no substitute for knowledge. So you must get it. So we deem it fit that on this special day, we should bring you here and train you, give you some more hints, better ideas on how you can be a better version of yourself. Remember that the better you know, the more you know, rather, the better you perform. So this is our profession. This is where we earn our living. This is where we are taking a career in, and we are priding ourselves in this profession. But if we are not good, we are not competent, we don't have the requisite competencies, we will not be able to deliver. So on that note, I want to open the floor right now and bring in our special guest. He is Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael is not a strange face to Teachers Development Network. Mr. Michael has been around for a very long time now. He may be surprised I said very long time, but it may just be a week, a month, 2 months, but Mr. Michael has really been a companion, lover of teachers. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much, but I will just say, Mr. Michael, you're welcome. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for this time. Please, my notes are ready. I want to learn, teach us, and help us and groom us. We believe that when we learn together like this, we will be better persons and better teachers. So once again, happy Teachers Day to all of us, and happy learning today. The theme again for this summit, remember, is the global teacher, personal branding for financial freedom. Yeah, personal branding for financial freedom is the theme for this event. So please pay attention. Pay attention. Get your writing materials ready and get down to work. Mr. Michael, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Victory. I'm very happy for this opportunity. Please, can you see me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
I can see you. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very happy to share my knowledge with you. And a big congratulations to all teachers here. We've made it through another year and we'll continue, going on. But today's session, Mr. Victory, I think is going to be more interactive, and I really want to talk, to our audience and put you at a point where I'll interact more with you. I want this conversation to, be back and forth, because whatever I'm going to say here, it is not their first time hearing it. Whatever I'm going to say, they've practiced it before. Whatever I want to do, they are aware of it. But today, I'm just going to repeat it. That is what I'm going to do. And Mr. Victory said something interesting. He said, you are only limited by the volume of your knowledge. You are just limited by that. The more you know, the better you become. But Mr. Victory, do you know something interesting? Mr. Victory, are you there? Don't unmute your microphone. I said today we are going to talk, because the traditional
Right, I'm here.
Thank you. The traditional approach to training, where the facilitator take the center of discussion and talk throughout 1 hour, that is not my kind. I've really, gone out of that situation. I've gotten to a point where I believe that we need to talk. So it's more or less, this session with you is going to be a panel. We really have to talk. Because if we don't change the narrative of teachers' thinking ability, we will never get to where we want to be. Many a times when I meet teachers, do you know what they tell me? When you interact with them and you ask them, oh, you've been here for how many years? So I've been here for 4 years. Have you considered, going for postgraduate education? Then they tell you that, oh, I did accounting, I did marketing, I didn't do anything in education. So this is not my field. I'm only passing through. It's been 10 years. What are you doing in the classroom? You said you were passing through. It's been 4 years. What are you doing in the classroom? If you're not interested in getting a professional qualification to engage learners, walk out. Because we are done approaching, or we are done talking to your conscience for the change we want to see. We are done. We are done. And one key element that I want to ask again. Most teachers believe that this is the point. You see, my last session with school leaders, I told them this. I said, if you lead the way you were led, or if you teach the way you were taught, then you will never get to where you want to be. Most of you teachers here, and today I want to irritate someone. I want to get to a point someone feels so much irritated and walk out of the meeting, because that is the level I believe we should get to. Irritate them for them to be disruptive for the change they are looking for. We've been lenient with our approach to teaching and learning. We've been lenient to how things are done. We've been lenient to accept this teaching profession as something that it's, how do I even put it? As something that, oh, let's just manage to get something and eat. We are living by the subject that teaching is a job that our reward is in heaven. Who told you that? Who told you that? That your teaching is a job that your reward is in heaven? Your reward is never in heaven. Your reward is here. Because your sacrifices don't pay the bills. It's your own effort that is paying the bills. So if the mindset is that you are okay or you are content, then you will never get to where you want to be. If your perspective today is not global minded, then you will be in that classroom, be on that salary scale, be on that hand to mouth. At the 60 years that government requires you to retire, you retire, go back home, and still have nothing. If we don't have a change of mind about how things are done, we will never get to where we want to be. That is a global-minded people that we want to channel. I started like you. I was once a classroom teacher. After my University of Education, Winneba, I wasn't absorbed into GES, which most graduate teachers believe that if you're not employed by GES, then it's a failure. My mom was so worried that after university education, I'm not in GES. I'm not with the government. I'm not under recruitment. That is how the mindset, is. And teachers here that feel so content, irrespective of where you are, being it a private sector or a public sector, if you get content with what you have, you will never get to where you are going. Just know that. So it's a global mind perspective we want to build. We want to start an agenda. We want to be disruptive. Nothing is too late to start building something great. And the financial freedom we are looking at revolves around personal branding. I've gotten to a point where I've realized that we don't build brand, we attract brand. You can't get up one day and say, I want to build a brand for myself and stand out. No. It starts with you. Your practices will attract the brand you want to expose. So if your practices are not in line with what you want to be, you can never get there. You can never get there. So what brand are you building? What brand are you attracting? Now, I want you to go to the chat room and just tell me this. You can see two circles on your screen. One is bigger than the other. Tell me which one is bigger. Quick one. One is bigger than the other. Tell me which one is bigger. Look carefully. One is bigger. Okay. All right. So Emmanuel is saying the blue, Ruby, the blue, Nomad. Okay. Which one is bigger? One is bigger. Emmanuel Asari is saying the red. Samuel Ochre, Darkon is saying the red. Felix is blue. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So every option I'm getting in the chat room is choosing one. Okay. Thank you. We can hold it there. Mr. Victory, that is our mindset. The mindset of today is that the moment you precondition someone that one is better than the other, they just tend to pick what is better.
Yeah, correct.
The fact is that these circles are the same.
They are the same. They are the same.
But when I hit you with the thought that one is bigger, you never considered thinking at the other way around.
Wow.
And that's where we are today. We have accepted the things that, we hear. We have accepted that we can never be there. We have accepted that this is how it's supposed to be done. Like the veteran teachers. When the Gen Z teachers are so vibrant and they get to the school, the veteran teachers tell them that, hey, yeah, we don't do things like that. Hey, you'll be tired one day. Hey, we can't sacrifice. Look, I push my personal limits above what the veterans were saying. All right, I think Gold Image is saying, I thought same. Yes. But the moment you thought same that they are the same, but when I precondition you that one is bigger, I thought you were struggling to pick one. We hear a lot of perspective about ourselves the moment we want to build the brand we are looking for. The perspective they tell us is that, oh, you can do it. Oh, you don't speak well. Oh, you don't have the image. You don't even have the camera image. You don't have the talking image. That is what they will tell you. And that moment, your thoughts changes. You begin to focus on what they want to do. They have lavished or they have rubbished the teaching profession to the level that it is the least paying job. Who told you that? Who told you that the teaching profession is the least paid job? If you find yourself within the government area where salary scale is somehow based on colonial growth or based on age, based on how you write certain approaches before you get to a level and you need to be in the profession for over 15 years to be at the rate of a director or assistant director, well, I don't want to take the argument there. That is a system. But let me shake my teachers that have a choice in the private sector to change. Let me shake them. They have a choice to change. I have a colleague at work who resigned from GES. He was teaching at a senior high school and joined the private sector. Yes. Why? He re-evaluated everything and said, look, let me take my chances. And he's 3 times better than how much he was making. That is life choices and preferences. Now, I want us to look at this. This is a perfect classroom. I have 45 minutes, so I will really have to speed up because today I want to work within time. I'm a teacher. If you don't stop me from talking, I'll talk and talk and talk and talk. So let me work with the time. All right. So this is a perfect classroom. This is the dream classroom. That is what every teacher is expecting, where the learners are working as if the teacher doesn't exist. This is what Maria Montessori, defined his level of education or what education should be. Maria Montessori says that when the learners are busy working as if the teacher doesn't, that's where true learning has occurred. Perfect. When the learners are busy working without you, then you know that you have done something great. Sometimes this is not a kind of classroom we should all advocate for. A classroom that is oriented on fear is not what we are looking for. A classroom that is oriented on intimidation is not what we are looking for. This is not a perfect classroom. If your mindset is that to have a quiet classroom as an indicator, and I know our school leaders are here. If you are a school leader and you measure a teacher's ability based on how quiet his class is, you have failed as a school leader. Yes, I will repeat that again. If you measure teachers' ability by how quiet their class is, it could be based on intimidation and fear. And if you measure a teacher by how noisy his class is as a sign of failure, then you have disappointed the system. Learning is oriented on play and noise. A classroom, noise is a component of learning. Making noise is a component of learning. I'll leave that conversation on another day. This is not a perfect classroom. Now, I want us to look at this. What do you see on your screen? What animal? Go to the chat room and tell me the animal you see on your screen. What animal is this? Quick one in the chat room. What animal do you see? It's raining here, so my network is quite slow. Or my cursor is not moving. Mr. Victory, are you there? Okay, good. More is coming in.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, so Michael is saying a dinosaur. Blessing is saying it's a crocodile. Yes. Now, this represents our fear as a teacher. What are the fears that characterize us as teachers in our profession? The first fear that we talk about is our classroom management. How well you manage your classroom is an indicator of success. It's one of your biggest fears. You go into a school, the school culture is different. You go into a school, they are telling you this is how you should handle their learners. But the orientation or the place you are coming from, it was a different mindset of behavior management. So in a new environment, it's one of your biggest fears. Sometimes a school can develop or adopt a whole behavior management policy, a whole child protection policy that is advocating for a new agenda, new perspective. How do you handle them? Then a common statement we hear from unprofessional teachers is that, oh, this is not how we were brought up. This is a failure. But let me tell you today, if you want to lead the learners in your classroom, like the way you were brought up in the 80s, in the 70s, you have failed this generation. One of the biggest components we sometimes misunderstood is that you can't lead with the mindset of the 80s. In this 21st century, the greatest thing most teachers are not accepting is that we are in a different era. A learner in KG1, a learner in grade 1, what the learner is doing today, when you were in JHS3 or senior high school, you were not doing it. The level of IT incline or IT abilities of a grade 6 boy is way ahead of you when you were even at the university. I had access to a personal laptop when I went to university. So why do we want to measure today's learners the way you were brought up and indicate or measure them based on that? Behavior management, very big component. The next one is content delivery. It's one of our biggest fears. How do you deliver content? The very day you are told that I'm coming to supervise your lesson, that is the very day you become so nervous. Yes, and it's a fact. No matter how perfect teacher you are, the moment someone comes to observe you, you will definitely lose your cool. It's a fact. So that is one of our biggest fears. The moment you hear appraisals are coming on the following week, that is where you look into your lesson plan and say, okay, so after this activity, I will go to this activity. Conclusion, this is what I will do. Introduction, this is what I will do. What starter am I introducing? That is the day you do that. Content delivery, one of our biggest fears. The next one is school expectation. Yes, today is our day. So let's talk about our fear and how can we overcome that? The school we are in expects us to do so many things. The school is expecting you to do so many things. School is expecting you to come as early as 7 o'clock in the morning and close at 4. Your contract says that working day Monday to Friday. On Saturday, your school is calling you back to campus to do something. That is school expectation. The school is expecting you to be so professional to unprofessional parents. The school is telling you that irrespective of how a parent behaves towards you, keep your cool. Then a teacher asked me, so a parent came to the school and gave me 2 hot slaps. Does that mean that I need to maintain my cool because school expectation requires me to be professional? Well, I will not answer that question. I will not answer that question. School expectation is one thing that is holding us at our neck. Our school is expecting so much from us and yet gives so little. And you see, it works within the private school scope where the school is expecting you to give your life to them. The last time I was interacting with a teacher, I shared a training link and he said, oh, I asked, were you able to join? Oh, no, I was not able to join. What happened? Oh, in the evening, I was doing something for the school. Then I told him that, so let me tell you this. Irrespective of how you sacrifice your time for the school, know your boundaries. It's about time teachers deny, let me use the word deny, refuse answering calls of parents after 6 p.m. Yes, you can quote me anywhere. You have a life. Do you call the teller? Do you call your banker? The only person you can call after 6 p.m. is your pastor. That's the only person. Know your space, know your boundary. We have engulfed ourselves so much and absorbed. Yes, I know my private school head teachers are here, but it's about time teachers have their boundaries and become independent. Have your contract, provided they sign to that contract, so be it. But don't engage them extremely in the name of you give them money. The next one is parent expectation. One of our biggest fear. A parent will call you and tell you, Mr. Victory, one common thing in Ghana here is that a parent can call you and tell you that, oh, my son said where he's sitting, he's not comfortable. So please move him from where he's sitting and let him sit with his friend at the corner.
Wow.
That is how parents come into our office. I asked myself, can you call the bank manager and tell the bank manager to change the television? You only complain. We have gotten to a point where parents are ruling and expecting so much from us. The next thing I want to talk about is that technology gap. Your school can introduce a new software that we are migrating on. You don't even know the head and tail of that new software. Common practice is that, okay, we are changing our end of term report. Now it's going to be online. Now entries here is online. Now entries here is online. We are changing all our marker board to interactive handouts. And because of that, we are implementing these strategies. That's one of our biggest fear. New technology, we don't even know the head and tail of that. But what can we do? This is our fear. So we have 5 key elements that I consider as fear. It's better you know them and know how to handle them. When it comes to parent expectation, I say this, as a teacher, never address a parent unprofessional. Look, we can have a whole session on how to deal with parents. That common, expressions you give out to parents by calling them mommy, daddy, please stop it. They are not your mommy, daddy. Do you go to the bank and tell the teller, mommy, daddy? Do you call your bank manager daddy? Know how to address parents. Address them by their name. When they want to have conversations with you, when they call you after 6 p.m., tell them you would respond to that in the morning. Know your space. Okay, let's move on.
Wow.
How do we become an extra teacher? How do I become an extra teacher? The conversation today is, how do you become that extra teacher? We are all teachers. We are all teachers. Like in the animal kingdom, we are all animals, but some animals are more animals than others. And that is a conversation we want to have today. We are all teachers, but we want to be an extra teacher. We want to be a teacher that when you enter at an interview event, you tell them the amount you want to take. They look at you in the face and tell you that, when are you available to start work? That is a conversation you want to have. I quite remember 4 years ago, I joined an interview panel and I was being interviewed for a role. The principal looked at everything on my CV and said, "You are too young to have accomplished all this. Why?" Sometimes I say it's not by age. Being an extra teacher doesn't require number of experience. I advocate for experience, but to become an extra teacher, you don't need 10 years in the teaching profession to be an extra teacher. If you are here, your mindset is that I need to be 10 years before I can be authoritative in my class. You have failed. You don't need to be that. You only need to be an extra teacher. And being an extra teacher is having a change of mindset. Look, we are all on a job. Today is our day. Today is Teachers' Day. Yes, we are on our job. But the question that I don't want us to have, I have limited time, is that, why is the mission bigger than the job? If you can see on your screen, the mission is bigger than the job. A teacher on a job is anything extra. A teacher on a job go to school, and when it's 4 p.m. and we tell them that, oh, we have a meeting, so hold up. A teacher on a job starts, getting angry. A teacher on a job is when your principal asks you, so those who cannot read, those who are struggling in your subject area, what intervention do you have for them? A teacher on a job will just reply, "My headmaster, I've done what I can do. There's nothing new I can do again." Yes, we know you have done what you can do. But if your comment or if your response is, "There is nothing I can do," you have failed as a teacher. Resign and go home. I am not here to pamper you. A teacher that makes statement that I've done what I can do, there's nothing I can do, you have failed. You have failed. It's just like a doctor saying that I've done what I can do, there's nothing I can do. Then you are going to die. The patient is going to die. There's no way about that. So we must have a mindset that we are on a mission to do better. We are on a mission to be that extra. The moment you have a mindset, I am on a mission, you do things extra. You begin to pay attention to learners who are struggling. You begin to read more about how to provide intervention for learners who are struggling. You begin to learn more about the principles and ethics of your leader and how to work in. You begin to understand that if after closing the staff meeting is normal, you begin to understand that, let me tell parents something good about their learners so that we can all start from there. You begin to understand that these learners are not just students, they are your children. And for that matter, what you do to your children is what you should do to them. That does not mean that if you are caning your children at home, you should cane them in the school. Corporal punishment is banned in Ghana, and I know Nigeria too is banned.
You are correct.
Yes. So you need to have a change of mindset. I am on a mission. If you don't have a mindset that you're on a mission, you can never be that extra teacher. You roll in a system as an ordinary teacher, build nothing, build no experience, and nothing will work out for you. I shared an email with a colleague friend. I once worked in a school for only 3 months. 3 months. And I left the school. Last 2 months, I left the school about almost more than a year now, more years. Like, I was there when someone sent a mail. I opened a mail, and the mail is saying that I am a parent, and this is my son, and my son said, you were once teaching them Cambridge history, and you really changed his mindset a lot, and he really loved you. And currently, a friend of mine has built a school, and they're looking for a principal. And the way my son spoke good of you, I have a feeling that I want to recommend you for that job so that I can forward your CV directly to the friend who is looking for a principal. And to me, that is an achievement. Though I was not ready for that job, I felt that there was a sense of accomplishment. That is a mission. Why? What made me so exceptional? I was going beyond my limits. out of my meager salary, I have my personal projector I used to teach. Because I saw myself that, look, I am not just an ordinary teacher. I have to go extra. When school is about to reopen, I go to the mall, buy things. I'm not earning millions. I buy things from the meager salary I was making just to make my class stand out. I was giving personal awards to my learners, diaries, that's what I was using, a pack of pencil, a pack of pen. That is what I was doing. Personal. I was not waiting for my school leaders to provide these resources for me to. No. I had a mindset that I need to be special. I need to be extra. So it was not my job for my learners to like me. If you are here and you think that you want your learners to like you, you have failed. It's not your job. They are not supposed to like you. You are supposed to inspire them. Let me move on. If now talking, we'll not finish today. All right. Let's look at how do we become extra. You see, Mr. Victory, one key element when it comes to branding or standing out is professionalism.
You are correct.
But we see professionalism as, punishment. We see professionalism as something a school should sponsor you to be. We see professionalism as something that, like it's normal. We see professionalism. You see, we are judging our professionalism by how our teachers, handle us. So I am not surprised when a teacher is unprofessional, because these are the things he saw or she saw growing up the teachers were doing. A perfect example is back in our days, our teachers were so sarcastic with us. Mr. Victory, you know that?
You are correct. Yeah, very correct.
Sarcastic. They can pass a comment about your body. They can pass a comment about you. They can pass any sarcastic comment, and it's normal. Today's era, it's not normal.
Oh.
And if you think that, why is it not normal? It is not normal.
Oh.
A teacher was sacked outright that very day. Why? Because he passed a comment at a learner. A teacher got into the classroom, a learner head was on the table, and just said, why is your head on the table? Why are you pregnant?
Oh.
A grade 6 girl. This is a sarcastic comment.
Very sarcastic.
Expecting a humor out of it for them, we all laugh and move on. Who told you we had to laugh and move on? The girl started crying, reported to the class teacher. The class teacher couldn't control this, reported to the headmaster. That very moment, they called the teacher. Why have you, made such a statement? We are sorry, you proceed on leave. We'll call you at the right time. It's been almost 4 years now.
Mm.
That is a level of unprofessional things we are. Let's look at one thing. Most teachers are in the classroom without qualification. And the moment you ask them, why are you here without qualification? The comment they tell you is that, I did marketing, I did accounting, I did this. I'm just here for a moment. This is not my field. It's been 5 years. What are you doing here? When we ask you, go for postgraduate education to add to your degree to make you a professional. I don't intend to be in the teaching profession. So, I'm just using this to while away time. It's been 4 years. Get out from our profession. Yes, we don't need you. Yes. If you are not ready to add value, and you see, Mr. Victory, it's so interesting that you can even go to Allison and have extra diploma. I have a friend who was employed because he has a diploma in education from Allison.
You're correct.
He was employed because of that. In Ghana here, don't tell me that. You see, one funny perspective is that online courses, how it really. I said to them, I'm here to get you angry. I know someone will exit this meeting, and I really want someone to exit. Because we are done treating you fairly, because I've come to a point where I realize that, look, if we don't hit you, you will never grow. Yes, that is what Araba is saying. The common phrase, teaching is a stepping stone. That stepping stone is now your cornerstone. Oh, yes. It's just a stepping stone. I'm just doing this for the doing sake. I will leave. My uncle is looking for a job for me, so, I will leave very soon. It's been 4 years. It's been 2 years. Stepping stone is maximum of 6 months.
You're correct.
A term, maximum. Not even 1 academic year. Not even 1 academic year. You should leave. So why are you still here? Why are you still here? I know, yes, going for a postgraduate in education is quite expensive. Consider Allison, diploma in educational psychology. Consider it. You can use 1 month to do that diploma and add it to your certificate. If you don't have the money to even pay for that certificate, which is around 200 cedis, download your transcript. This is for free. You are allowed to download your transcript. Add it to your certificate. But somebody here will still say, I am not interested. But the question is, what are you doing in the classroom? The next common thing is the use of, humor that might be misunderstood. I've talked about it. Be mindful the comments you pass in a classroom. You can't be an extra teacher when you are on the old perspective of passing irresponsible comments. You can't be that. You can't be saying, you can't be commenting on your learner's appearance. You can't be commenting on their looks. If their looks is quite not encouraging, comment one-on-one with them. Recommend them to the female teachers to talk to them. Be very careful.
Yeah.
The next one is that don't isolate yourself or neglect your personal development. Sometimes, you see, one of the biggest problems we have in Ghana here is that most teachers don't want to take their professional development serious. Why am I doing this comparison? I've had a lot of experience and exposure with fellow Nigerians and talking more with them. And I can weigh the commitment. And that's a level of commitment I want the Ghanaian teacher society to adopt. A commitment on a level that, look, I am not doing this for the school I am in. I'm doing this for the big school. I am doing it for my next step.
Yeah. Mm.
We think that professional development is for the school I am. Whatever I'm doing is benefiting the school. Sure. It's never benefiting anybody. It's for you.
Yeah.
The next one is that dress how you want to be addressed. When school leaders approach teachers and tell them, oh, we are introducing necktie. And I don't know if my brother is here. I don't know if Mr. Eugene Apia is here. We want to introduce necktie. That one alone is a whole battle. Oh, I am in a school. We want to introduce a costume. We want to introduce it. Oh, the gentlemen in this school, please try and get shoes. On Mondays, wear shoes. Then a teacher will sarcastically say, will you give us shoe allowance? If your comment or if your perspective is that your school wants you to put on shoe and you are asking for shoe allowance, then you have failed.
Yeah.
Because in the first place, you should have a shoe as days that you wear. And in the first place, you should have a day you put on necktie to school. In the first, you should have a day, you should stand out. You have to stand out by the way you dress. There are some international schools when you get there, how a teacher is dressed as a parent, you even feel shy approaching him or her because they are intimidating. They carry an energy or an aura around them that is so strong. Your appearance is everything as a teacher. And today is our day. And if you think that looking good should come at the cost of the school, you have failed. After you have failed, I will say this and say this so you get angry. The next one that I want to talk about is avoid coming to class unprepared. The traditional approach, I know it all. The traditional approach, I did history, I did economics, I did social studies. So as long as I take social studies textbook, I know it all. The traditional approach, you get into the classroom, Mr. Victory, and it's like, oh, where are we? Oh, we are now under climate. Oh, okay, let's start. What is climate? If you're a teacher and your first comment in a classroom to learners is, where are we? You don't know where we are? Then you don't want to lead. You can use where are we as formative, so whatever assessment you want to do.
Put the boom down.
Mr. Seth, please can you mute your microphone? Thank you.
I'm sorry.
All right. Come to class prepared. Come to class to deliver. Come to class and know what you want to do. Felix is saying the dressing thing is really true. Yes, the dressing thing is really true. You don't need to be paid to look good. You should look good. Think of a day you put on necktie. Think of a day you look good. Think of a day you go to the class and your learner says, hey, they've never seen you like that. Be that teacher. Remember, we want to be that extra teacher. That is a conversation today. The next one that I want us to look at professionalism is that making or receiving calls during instructional time. I am solely against schools that, Some schools seize teachers' phones at the entrance and give it to them after school. I'm against that. I don't want that. But I'm against teachers that use their phone in a classroom. So if you use your phone in a classroom, then it should be seized. Avoid making calls during international time. The next one is reading content verbatim. You can't be an extra teacher when you read content verbatim from the textbook.
At all.
Yes. Victory, read. You explain. The first thing you enter into the class, open the test. Which page are we? Page 5. Okay, who is reading? Michael, start. All right, you explain. Let's read. You add nothing to knowledge. You are just there recycling the system. You have failed. The next one is engaging in an unhealthy relationship with parents. This is something very important. Unhealthy relationship. Unhealthy relationship. Yeah, many teachers are caught up in this way. Yes, that's what David is saying. Unhealthy relationship with parents. You think that the parents in your classroom, they are your friends? They are never your friends.
No, at all.
You don't know them. They are your clients.
Yeah.
Be mindful how you engage them. Don't call them for a loan. Common practice. Mommy, please, I have not been paid this month and I need to, catch up some budget. Can you please lend me maybe some 500 Ghana cedis and I'll pay you back when, hey, you are not serious.
Oh.
Why? It's better you ask a colleague teacher to cover your butt than to open it to a parent. The very moment that parent make you, give you out that favor, the parent becomes a hearing aid or a piece, like a web. Every issue in the school, you open up to that parent. That is why some schools in East Legon, you don't even know the parents even in your class. You have no communication with them. If they have any issue, they talk to administrator. They don't talk to you, the teacher. Because teachers can really muddy relationship with parents. And I am not picking on my preschool teachers here. I am not picking up on them. I am not picking up on my preschool teachers. But preschool teachers, yes, we know the male parent will call you in the night and ask, oh, this question, what can I? Please be very careful. Be very careful. You are not supposed to be. Mr. Victor, do you know something interesting? A child that was calling a teacher auntie as a common language in a classroom.
Yeah.
Auntie. The following term, the child was calling the auntie mommy. Why? The father is not married to that.
Oh my God.
The father is in a relationship with that teacher. Well, yes, we know maybe you can find your rape, though the person can be a parent. I'm not against getting married to a parent, but please have your professional space.
No.
Have a professional space. We know situations, teachers have snatched wives and husbands of, parents. Be very careful. Be very, very, very careful how you handle parents. And please, from today, don't address them just address them professionally. We can have a whole session on this, on how to deal with parents. The next one is don't borrow from students or parents. I've talked about it. Never borrow from any parent or student. They are not. Don't tell a student that, please, can you lend me this? I'll give it. The senior high school teachers. Oh, lend me this because that the child comes to school with a lot of money, or the child will come with malt and say, okay, let me have one. Please know your space. Know your space. Know your space. Know your space. Now, let's look at this. This is one of the biggest events for the day. How do I attract the teacher brand I'm looking out for? Today, I call myself a consultant, not because I went to university to study consultants. No. I call myself consultant because I have attracted this for a very long time. I call myself consultant because it's something I've built over time. And I know most people here know what I do. I have engaged teachers in US, in London, in India. You can check my social media handles. I've trained teachers across the world. Not because I got up one day and approached these schools with qualifications to engage their teachers. No. Someone will send you a message, oh, we saw your post on LinkedIn and we want you to engage our staff. Just because of a post. Why did I get to that level? Because I attracted it. I said, we are no more building brand. Because if you want to build brand, you build it wrongly. Because Brand building is not something you see the outcomes that you put brick on brick, brick on brick. You should start becoming that extra teacher. Then that something will attract it to you. Now, how do I attract a brand? The first thing that I want us to look at is be a passionate teacher. And that is what I talked about. Be on a mission. Be on a mission. Be on a mission. If you are not on a mission, you can never be a passionate teacher. And you can never attract what you want. The moment you start sacrificing your time, your resources, your energy to make the learners in your classroom better off, that is where something outside will come in. I'm keeping quiet for you to ponder over that. Just give it 1 minute think time. The moment you begin to be passionate, that is where you attract what you want.
Yeah, very correct.
I was so passionate about my job that I started attracting the things I want within the job space. The next one is professionalism. You become passionate, then you choose your professional role. Professionalism is something you should write on your wall. Every morning, look at it. Be mindful the way you speak to parents. Know your educational terms. Don't call a parent and tell a parent that the way your child is behaving, I think your child is suffering from dyslexia, dyscalculia. Are you a clinical psychologist? Are you? On what right authority do you have to declare a child as a special child? When I hear teachers saying that I have special children in my class, who are you? Are you a clinical psychologist? What mechanism have you used to diagnose that child? To put him on any spectrum that you're a special child? A parent can sue you for making that comment. The world is changing. The teaching profession is changing. The teaching profession is so attractive, but we must stand out. The next one I want to talk about is classroom management. Your classroom management can make you sink or swim. Classroom management can be a session we can talk about for a whole day. How do you manage your classroom? And I share this some key elements. I remember I had a session with Selling Academy in Singapore, and I told them 3 key elements. And that was the point everyone was quiet. 3 key elements to classroom management. Master your routines, have your procedures, and build relationships. What routines do you have in your classroom? When learners enter your classroom, what's the first thing they're supposed to do? When is break time, what should they do? When we are with change of lesson, what should they do? When you enter into the classroom, have structures in place. But if you think that you are there to address the misbehaviors as they erupt, you will fail. Classroom management is not meant to address the behaviors in your classroom. Classroom management is meant to prevent the behaviors that will come. So if your mindset is that, let me learn the strategies and deal with the problems, you have failed. The mindset is that, let me learn the strategies to prevent the problem from happening. So when you engage teachers and they tell you, I have this stubborn child in my classroom, and what should I do? Whatever I do. Well, let me keep quiet. You have gotten to a point where you want medicine for your sickness. That is not classroom management. Well, I will leave that session maybe another time. The next one is parent engagement. And I talked about parent engagement, so I'm not going to talk more about that. How well do you engage your parent? This key element I want to talk about: seek feedback and share feedback. Mr. Victory, one of our biggest problems is that we teachers don't want feedback. Do you know that even if you approach a colleague teacher and say, the way you were teaching this, if you use this approach, the person will take offense.
Yeah, correct.
The person will just take offense outright. Why is the person taking offense? I've been teaching for the past 10 years. Who are you? When did you start a profession? Why is the person taking offense? I am a math teacher. You are an English teacher. Why are you telling me what to do in mathematics? You have failed if you think that person cannot question your practices. I am not a math teacher, but I conduct appraisal for math teachers, for science teachers. It's practices. You don't need to have the discipline before you question someone. Felix is saying that, why did you keep quiet? We want to hear so that we aspire to that extra teacher. Yes, that is true. That is true. I will talk more. Don't worry. I will still keep firing. Seek feedback and share feedback. When was the last time you invited a colleague teacher to come into your classroom to observe your teaching and learning? When was the last time? I won't say anything. No. I'm just asking you. When was the last time you walked to a colleague teacher and said, look, today I have a lesson. I want you to come and sit in and observe me and give me your feedback. When was the last time you did that? You think that you are too big for that? You think you are too big for that? Or you think after that, your 10 years of teaching and learning, you think you are the best? Or you think that all the new teachers that are in are not matching to your level? For that matter, no one can question you. If that is your mindset, you have failed. Preferably call the young and new teachers. Call the young and new teachers because they are coming fresh with practice. Let them come and observe. Let me be frank with you. And let me tell you this. That observation they will give to you, that feedback they will give to you, it is not meant for your school. It is meant for your own group.
Yes.
Because, Mr. Victory, you see, one interesting thing is that they tell us that teaching is not their field. They tell us that they will soon leave. So why are you not growing? Why are you not looking for something big? Why are you not adding value to yourself? Why are you not seeking feedback? Why? Why? Monday, try it and give me feedback. Call a colleague teacher. The next one is technology. You see, this AI thing is a whole session that anytime we can talk about. If you're a teacher here and you think that the use of AI is not meant for you, you have failed me. If you are not using AI to generate an alternative lesson plan for your lesson, if you are not using AI to generate an alternative assessment, if you're not using AI to, look for how to make your class engaging, if you're not using AI to seek for interventions you can provide for learners who are struggling, then you have failed. AI is here to stay.
Yeah.
AI is here to stay. My brother Eugene will tell, when I started Google blogging, when I started blogging, I am not an English teacher. And I know that no matter how I write, it will not be perfect. So what do? My brother is an English teacher, so whatever I write, I give it to him to edit. He will read through and do a lot of corrections and give it back to me because I had an urge to make things work. I had an urge to write. I had an urge to put something on the table. So what should I do? I am not perfect in this area, but I want to write and post online. So I'll write, give it to my friend. My friend Regina is here. Every time she will read through before I post. But today, Regina and Mr. Eugene is telling me that I've ignored them as my editor. Why have I ignored them? Because ChatGPT is there for ChatGPT to check for my clarity and grammar when I feed it with the information I want. So they have lost their privilege. Yes, Regina is here. They have lost it. But despite that, we still give it to them to see the human touch out of it. So AI is here to stay. If you don't have a ChatGPT app downloaded on your phone, or if you are not using the WhatsApp beta or meta, please, you have failed. And as for me using the word failure, I will keep saying that because it's about time we get irritated. And yes, Benjamin is saying that even Grammarly will even help you. Yes. Please, you are not big than AI. You have to. It's about time. The next one is data-driven decisions. Mr. Victory, do you know something interesting? When you approach a teacher and you ask the teacher, what data do you have about your learners? They will tell you that they have exercises and, homework. And that is all. And end of term exams. If that is the kind of data you seek out as a teacher, then you are that colonial teacher.
Yeah.
Today, whether your school is interested in individual education plan, whether they are interested or not, you as a teacher should have an IEP in your class. You should have an individual education plan on every learner. You should have a dossier on every learner. You see, you are not doing these practices for your school. You are doing these practices so that today, if you find yourself in the class A private schools or the class A schools, you will stand out because nothing is new. Do you have an IEP? That's what you should have. Template is there. You can ask ChatGPT, download, give me a template of an IEP. It will give you a template. Then you write, you print for the number of learners in your classroom and write the strengths and weaknesses and areas of intervention. That's an IEP. And what the interventions you are putting and the results you are getting. When they are leaving your class, hand that IEP to the next teacher. Step out. Step out. Do you have a behavior logbook? How do you address behavior in your classroom? Do you just address them and you don't record it? How did you address this behavior? Record it. Have a behavior log where you record every behavior and the strategies you address. That book. But teachers don't do that. They think that my school, and Mr. Victory, the common statement is that my school is not doing it. Oh, we don't do this in my school. You and whose school? The school is not for you.
It's not for you.
You will live there one day.
Sure.
So don't adopt by the culture. Don't be adopted by that culture in the school. Look, I've gotten to a point where I believe that I must have a personal culture of my profession.
Yeah.
That irrespective of the school I am, nothing will change me. I am not there to conform to the practices of the school. I am going there with what I know. And I quite remember I had my personal project when I was in a classroom. I had my personal projector. And people will be wondering, so you save money to buy a projector? I said, yes. Yes, I did. So, and you know something? My lessons stood out. Every class I enter to teach, I have my own projector. Teachers go there to use marker and write and walk out. I was standing out. I had videos incorporated in, I have pictures incorporated. Every lesson was activity-oriented and learner-based. They felt the presence of the lesson because I invested in myself. But teachers are expecting schools to invest in them. And my school, they don't have projectors, so I don't care. My school is just one template we are all photocopying every day to give out. Well, I rest my case. On data, do you have goals for the term? Every term, you must have what you want to achieve, maximum 5. But Mr. Victory, the statement is that my school, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
And we don't do that, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I am talking to 50 participants. I can see 50 people here. My school, we don't do that. So I'm not doing it. Hey, you are not there to conform to those local practices. You can be in a local school, but don't be a local teacher. Yes. Let me repeat it again to irritate someone. You can be local school, but don't be a local teacher. And a common thing I say on my page every day is that just they play. You just they play. If you think that you want to conform to the abilities of your school and match your abilities to that level, then you are playing. You are. A school will give you their health logbook. I once engaged a school, and every class they have a health logbook. Every health condition a child complains to you, write it there. But when I tell you, why can't you start that practice? In my school, we don't do that. Do you have a school? You don't have a school. Where I teach, we don't do that. Who told you that you'll be there forever? Even government schools, I know you can go on transfer. And you see, those that are more rooted on the colonial principle where they think that they are there forever, the young ones will come and they will stand out, and learners will love them for who they are. And the old teachers will be angry at them for them being loved. That is a common thing we are seeing. Let me move on. Let me move on. The next one is mentorship and collaboration. Do you have a mentor? Just go to the chat room, yes or no. Do you have a mentor? Or you think you know it also, you don't give you don't care? Yes, that's what Benjamin. You can be in a local school, but don't be a local. Do you have a mentor? Quick one. Let me see your responses. Yes or no? Do you have a mentor? You have a mentor. Quick. Okay. David is saying no. Emmanuel is saying it. Felix is saying yes. Hussein is saying yes. Can we have the slides after the lesson? Robert is saying yes. George is saying yes. Michael is saying yes. Audrey is saying no. I'm getting more of the no. I'm getting more of the no. Yes. Some are saying yes. Yeah. I know you have a mentor. Yes, you have a mentor. But if you don't have a mentor, or you have a mentor just by name, yeah, I have a mentor, he's my mentor. Your mentor doesn't even know that you are the mentee. It's getting serious. Have someone. A mentor must not be someone who is far from you. A mentor is not someone who is 50 years teaching experience. A mentor can be someone who is, you are even older, more experienced than. You need to have a mentor. You need to have someone you will give a call and tell the person that, Michael, let's talk about my professional journey as a teacher. This is what I'm doing. I'm in a private sector. I'm in a public sector. What should I do? What course can I do? These are the issues I'm facing. You know, Mr. Victory, one thing is that teachers, we think that we know it also. We don't talk to colleagues about our issues.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
We don't collaborate. We don't see ourselves as growing together. We think that, you know, teaching as a profession comes with a bit of be feeling big of yourself.
Yeah.
The moment you stand to lead learners, the moment you call yourself a teacher, in the colonial era where they were called masters, where they were called sir, where they were called madam, that authoritative thing has been with us. So we think that we can learn and unlearn. We think that, why should I call a home economics teacher and discuss about some of the issues I have in the classroom? Why should I do that? Why? Yeah, that is a common thing they say. Why should I do that? Hey, like seriously, Benjamin, you say I'm your mentor, then schedule a meeting because you have never scheduled a meeting to meet me. So you see, your mentor may not even know that you're a mentee. All right, let's move on.
Wow.
Building a teacher brand. One key element I want to say is that facts tells, but stories sell. How do we sell ourselves? That's what we're going to talk about today. I know you gave me 45 minutes. I am very bent. I'm on flames. So allow me to fire Mr. Victory. How do we sell ourselves as teachers? Now we've talked about being extra. We've talked about standing out. How do I sell my story? How do I attract something to start? This is what Abraham Lincoln said. Like, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll use 4 hours preparing or sharpening the axe.
Wow.
I just want to talk about preparation. We all have 6 hours, but somebody wants to use 4 hours just to sharpen it. How well are you prepared? You think that you can wake up one day and give yourself the title consultant or a teacher or who? No. You need to sacrifice. You don't need to be 50 years to start your consultancy journey. I tell my teachers every day that if you are in a teaching profession, after 10 years, you should be a consultant. And you don't need to go to school to become a consultant. You don't need to. It's a passion you should start. After having that passion and you think you've worked enough, then you sign up to any professional body and move on. I had a whole 1 year training on consultancy from Neogenics. Yes, because that's something I wanted to do. Now let's look at this. Teacher branding. We need to have 100% of something. 20% of teaching philosophy. What do you mean by your teaching philosophy? What do you believe in as a teacher? What are your values? And how do you approach education? We all have a unique way of approaching education. Like the way you see that I have a unique way of approaching education. You can see that I have a unique way. We all have unique way of approaching education. So what is your unique way of approaching education? That is the first thing you should discover. And I want to change the narrative that teaching is a lucrative avenue. Teaching is just a foundation for you to start something to profit from it. You can't be in a classroom and retire at 60 and have nothing to do. After 10 years, you should start conducting training in other schools. Yes. So if all these years that you are gathering experience, you should gather experience to start training. There are so many jobs you can do as a teacher. I think I had a session in Nigeria where we talked about alternative jobs for teachers. After 10 years, you should have a job that you can do as a teacher. I'm not saying that look for alternative job where you go here 2 hours, go here 3 hours. But you can do so many things within a teaching field and profit from it. I was able to identify how I approached teaching and how I wanted to expand it. The next thing that I identified is My unique selling points. What is unique about me? What is unique about me? Jonathan want the session to be recorded. What is unique about me? That is something you should ask yourself. What is so unique about you? What is so unique? One thing I discovered is that I have good knowledge base on teaching and learning, classroom practices. Maybe you have a good knowledge base on school management because maybe you have been in leadership a bit. Maybe you have a unique knowledge in teaching and learning, like my preschool teachers. You are there exploring new ideas, preparing TLMs, doing so many things. Haven't you noticed that is so unique about you? Haven't you noticed that? Haven't you noticed that during PLC, Professional Learning Community, and they make you lead, and your teachers come to you, say, hey, Charlie, you did very well, oh, you really handled the topic. Oh, you really explained this key concept very well. Haven't you noticed that is so unique about you? Haven't you noticed that when you stand to teach, the learners really get the point you are trying to do? For that matter, you have these foundational skills of engaging teachers, how to do it better. Haven't you noticed that about you? You can't tell me you have not noticed anything unique about you, even if you have been teaching for 6 months. You can't tell me that. What have you noticed about you? Have you noticed that you have skills in teaching and learning? Have you noticed that you have school management practices? Have you noticed that you have some leadership skills that you can impact? What have you noticed? Have you noticed that you are very good at maybe preparing TLMs? Have you noticed that? The next thing you should do is your online presence. How are you marketing on your online presence? How are you marketing on your online presence? Do you post, or you are just having the account and you do the likes and share and comment? My journey started with just online presence. I started with Google Blogspot. It's free. You can just sign up. I'll write anything I want to write, give it to people to read. If it's okay, I post it. I share the links on all WhatsApp pages I am on. That is how aggressive you should be, announcing your presence. That's how aggressive you should be. If you are here and you don't have a LinkedIn account, exit this meeting. Exit. If you are here and you don't have an Instagram account, please, you can exit. If you are here and you don't have a TikTok account, you can exit. I'm not saying have TikTok videos with your children and post online, but have TikTok videos of you doing an activity and post online. A school can invite you to come and lead TLM preparation session because of what you're doing. Well, my time is taken. The next one is consistency. As I say, you should have a LinkedIn account. After this meeting, someone will go and open the account. That is all. The next time he is visiting there, that is 2 years later. Please have an agenda. Have a program. Have an outline. I want to start with LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. What am I posting on LinkedIn? Let me talk about good teaching practices. Put your ideas down. Give it to AI to polish it for you. And let me be very realistic with you. Every post I make online, there are ideas I generate, and I make AI polish it for me. So it's easy. No, it's very easy. Generate the ideas you want. Type in any consistency, any idea that comes to your head. Put it in and tell AI to make it better for you. When it's okay, AI can even still generate any picture for you to attach. Post it online. If you don't go online today as a teacher, you will never have anything to retire on. You will never have anything to retire on. If your retirement package is that after my retirement, I take my SNAP benefit and that ends it, you have failed me. You should have something that you are starting today, something, a skill you are putting online, a skill you are showing. Do you know the number of schools that are sprouting? Do you know the schools now? In fact, there are more schools than even churches. There are more schools coming. That means that they need more people to come and train their teachers. Lecturers cannot leave the universities and go and train the teachers in the schools. You, with your experience, will be those who will be training. After your 10 years experience, you should start training sessions. And when you want to start the training sessions, everybody will go and check your online presence. Everybody go and check your online presence. I got a training gig in East Legon for someone just contacted me through LinkedIn and said, oh, I want you to go. I have a school in Ghana and I want you to go to the school to conduct monitoring and evaluation. I was shocked. Why? This is somebody I've never met. He said, and I said, how did you get to know me? He said, oh, I just went to LinkedIn and you appeared more and I read about what you do. I went to Facebook to confirm you. It's the same thing you are doing. I checked you on Instagram and I saw the same thing, so I followed you. So I want you to go and do the monitoring evaluation. And that is where we quote in dollars. Because you're not in Ghana, so I expect you to pay in dollars. That is the brand. I'm not saying I don't have PhD. I don't have an MPhil. I don't have any higher qualification to merit what I am enjoying today. It's all about the consistency and the online presence I put in. That is all. That is all. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's not magic. I'm telling you today, it's not magic. These are the 3 key tools. I will share the slides with Mr. Victory, so I'm sure you get the slides after this session. So don't worry. You should have a CapCut app to edit your videos. You have ChatGPT, not to write for you, but to edit what you write.
Yeah.
Someone
polish it.
Is a poor writer, but an intelligent editor. Yes, it's a poor writer, but an intelligent editor. I'll leave you there. The next one is Canva. All the templates you're looking for is on Canva.
Yeah.
If you're a teacher here and you don't know how to use Canva, you see, Mr. Victory, we are so lazy that we don't even want to go to YouTube to watch videos on how to use these tools.
Yeah.
It saddens me. And that is why I was telling the teacher that, look, you will keep taking the money you take in that your school forever because you're not ready to grow. You can't be in a school for 10 years and take that meager because you're not ready to grow. You don't attend professional development training. You don't know how to use AI. Even today, when you're even going for an interview, AI can generate possible interview questions for you to master.
Yeah.
AI has even made me lose my job as a CV writer. You have to explore.
Oh.
And the moment you are ready to go online, these are the common things you are going to hear. Oh, you are too loud. Oh, you are too positive. When I started going online, I was ready for feedback. I put online and somebody will call you, hey, Michael, yes, you did this, but the grammar, the expressions, that. I said, yes, thank you for your feedback. I'll work on that. I never saw it as condemning because I was ready to grow. And these are the things you hear. You move too fast. As for me, I know I talk too fast. Yeah, I know that. Someone say you are just too much. You are too outgoing. You are too loud. You are too positive. It's all these comments will hit you. But if you know where you are going, you will never stop. Then the last session is don'ts of branding. Don't overshare your personal information. Don't ignore your professional development. Don't disregard your communication ethics. Whatever you are putting out there, let someone review before you put out there. Because what you put there, you can't take it back. So the moment you want to start your online presence, be very careful what you put out. Don't avoid networking. How many people do you have in your network? You should have people within your network who are 2 or 3 times ahead of you. It's a fact. You can't be in the same circle with people at the same level. You can't have a circle of your colleague teachers in the same school. You are not serious. If your networking is the teachers within your school, if your friends are the teachers within your school, you have failed me.
Yeah.
Your teachers within your school should be school that you aim to be. So if I aim to be in British International School in Accra, I should have a friend there. I should go on LinkedIn, see teachers who are teaching in the schools, the top schools, and follow them. You have dream of teaching in certain schools. Go and follow them on social media. Start liking what they do. Be noticed on their page. I don't want to put this on record. I went for an interview and the principal was asking questions. Then the principal asked me, how well do you know this school? And you know what I said? I won't mention the school name here. It's a top school in Cantonment. Later, I rejected the offer because of something. But what I said at the interview stopped the whole conversation. When the man asked me, how well do you know your school? I just said, I'm your top fan.
Mm.
Then they were all quiet. They said, why are you saying you're a top fan? I said, yes. If this name is quite familiar, I'm your top fan. Virtually every post on your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, I follow. Then one man said, oh, you are Techi Michael. I said, yes, that's me.
Mm.
Oh, thank you so much for the support. Thank you. So I never knew I would meet you in person. You are our top fan. You like what we do. You post, you comment. That was the end of the interview.
Wow.
That was the end of it. And Regina is here. He's a witness to that. That was the end of the interview. Just because I'm a top fan. Because these are schools I wish to be there. Started following them, liking and commenting. I won't talk again. Don't neglect feedback. I've talked about it. Don't underestimate the power of visuals. What you post out there, please don't underestimate that. And don't ignore your self-reflection. Now, I'll end this year. I'm supposed to talk about the ultimate guide to CV writing. I'll not talk about it. We'll leave this and have this session on another day. I was given 45 minutes, but I've spoken for almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. I'll end this session here, and I'll hand over to Mr. Victory. And in the course of the year, anytime he wants to fix me somewhere, I'll come and talk about resume writing, the ultimate guide. After standing out, how do we put all our energy on our CV to land our Class A job? And on that note, thank you so much to 50 participants I can see here for sustaining your interest. It's not easy for me to sustain interest up to this level. I'm so grateful for your time, and I hand you over to Mr. Victory. Thank you so much.
Please, a hand of applause, a hand of applause, a hand of applause, a hand of applause. Wow, 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 wow. Mr. Michael Chi, I don't know what to say, but we appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. This was loaded. This was loaded. Really, really loaded. Yeah, quickly, we want to take questions. Now, this training actually supposed to be for both. I have a sections I would have taken, but in cost of Mr. Tachi's teaching, I felt no, this is a whole lot already. And this is a day of celebration. And Mr. Michael has done a good job. In fact, I've written 3 pages already of an A4 paper. The 3rd page I'm writing now. So we want to ask questions. If you have question, you raise up your hand. I will open the mic for you. I won't put the mic for everybody, please, because of the noise. Okay, I can see Jonathan. If you have a question, please put up your hand, your digital hand. If you don't have to put up your digital hand, then you remain there. Please learn it. This is something we all should learn. You can as well drop a question in the chat box. We'll take it up from there. Please, there should be direct questions to what Mr. Michael have done. He's still in the house to answer us. So I will open for Jonathan. If you have any other question, another person have question, please put up your hand so that you ask your question. Jonathan, please ask direct question and unmute yourself now and ask a question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm very, very grateful. In fact, I joined very late. My request is if you could give us a recording of all that he said. In fact, I enjoyed the program. I'm so grateful too.
Thank you very much. You can be sure that the event was recorded, and once the editing is completed, the media team will put it in will put it out for you to be able to access it. So that is definitely valuable. Thank you so much. Any other question again? Please put up your hand or drop your question in the chat box. And are there questions there? I'm not sure I'm reading anyone. Okay, please, thanks for the insight, but want to know what is the best approach? What's the best to approach? Maybe I want to say what's the best way to approach a mentor who seems to be too busy to reach? Mr. Michael, can you talk to that question? I think the person is trying to talk about a mentor you want, somebody you want to mentor you, but the person is just too busy. How do you approach the person? Can you take 1 minute to approach that question? Okay, I'm sorry. Just a minute, Mr. Michael. Let me look for you. Okay, I'm sorry. Please, if you don't mind, just leave your mic open, Mr. Michael. Let me look for you so that I've seen you now. All right. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I think the person wants to know what the best approach a mentor who seems busy. Well, what I would say is that we have gotten to an age where we need to be radical. If you're not a radical person to get what you want, you never get where you want to be. So if the person is too busy, don't have your time, you can still look for another mentor that will have your time. Yes, the person may be occupied. You will not have the time for a Zoom meeting. You will not have the time to even have a phone call conversation. Look for another mentor who is in line with your career objectives. Don't be sitting under the mango tree or sitting under the apple tree expecting the apple to fall on your head. The apple will never fall on your head. The apple will never fall on your head. So it's better you fight for it. So look for someone who is ready and in line with your career objective and have a serious conversation. One approach that I tell you is that go online, meet people, see what people post. If you really want them to mentor you, send them a DM, put it to them. I really admire what you're doing. I'm impressed and I'm inspired. Be more, professional in your language. I'm inspired and I wish you can mentor me to guide me to reach where you are. Come on, accept this offer. Schedule a meeting. Can we meet once a week, once a month? Give all these things out. Don't let a person get back to you. Just say once a month. Propose date, propose time. Give it to them. They will finally settle on something. Because maybe the mentoring could be free, offer. So don't push them too much. Look for alternatives. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. And just to add again, this is a personal experience. My mentor is a professor because I've always dreamed to be a professor and I want to be a professor. So, and he's a very busy person. Former deputy vice chancellor, a very senior professor, travels around the world, so it's difficult to reach him. Now, Mr. Michael talked about being radical. Yeah, go for what you want. If this person is truly my mentor, I will disturb him. Now, I should be able to use the internet. If somebody that travels around, I can't see him. He says, okay, let's do it. Maybe he wants to call you on WhatsApp call and you're offline. How will he reach you? It's not easy. You're always offline every time. I did to speak with somebody in the UK today. He told me he's going to call me between 8:30 and 10. My data has to be on. I'm the one looking for mentorship, looking for assistance, looking for some information. So I advise teachers, let's put in effort. Go for what you want. If that person, like he has said, is not available, just make do with what you have. But, exhaust all possible options is very important. Yeah. Now, somebody's asking a question, Mr. Michael. This is a very direct one. In classroom management, you talk about mastering class, that's class routine is paramount. Then there are two others. He wants you to quickly just mention them.
Okay, they are procedures and relationship. So go and learn on these three key elements. Routine,
okay, master your routine, have procedures and relationships.
Yes.
I'm sure that person have taken note of that. Somebody's asking, what is the meaning of IEPs? I think IEP means individualized education plan.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can use ChatGPT to polish it, like you have said, to get templates and work on it. If you need help after now, we can always discuss. Mr. Michael is very busy, honestly, very busy. But we can be able to find the time around, chat up and get his attention to answer those questions. My friend from Zambia is asking, Mr. Michael, he said, please, I want to ask, I'm currently teaching and I want to do my BSc in STEM education. in any of the science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. But I found an accredited school, Zambia, which has the program online. And what do you have to say about such programs? I think Mr. Michael was clear already on Alicing online diploma, something you can do. Online programs, the world is becoming digital today. So anything you do or you see online is valid. People do masters online, PhD online is valid, is recognized. Gone are the days when they say open distance learning certifications are not valid. So they are valid, they are licensed. Provided it's a licensed one, you can discuss with us, either myself or Mr. Michael, after now, so that will just help you validate. I'm just trying to rush up because of time. Okay. The other question, thank you. Is it compulsory that everyone must have a mentor? Because there are other ways in which you can get information better yourself as a teacher. Mr. Michael.
Yes. I think the answer to this question is it's compulsory, it's compulsory, it's compulsory, it's compulsory,
It's a compulsory.
It's a must. You see, Mr. Victory, we think that we want to walk. You can't walk alone. That's why they live up. And it's a fact. You can never walk alone. And having a mentor is not someone that you can even interact with. I have mentors that they don't know me, but yeah. I follow them. I watch their videos. I'm inspired. And for that matter, whatever they are doing, I'm interested. But they don't even know me. But I see them as a mentor. You should have somebody you look up to. You should have somebody that you want to be. And for that matter, you want to be guided by his principles and practice. So having a mentor is not like establishing communication with someone and say, you are my mentor, so let's keep in touch. No, that can be another whole conversation. You can have mentors that you follow, you admire, you want to be like them, you aspire. For that matter, you are following them as a mentor. You are seeing them as a mentor. That is a conversation. So you should have somebody. It's a must, Helen. Have somebody you look up to. The person can know you, the person cannot know you. But have somebody you want to be like the person. And that is growth mindset. You can never do it alone. Watch the way they are doing their things. Watch the way they teach. I have a mentor, a teacher who is my mentor. I admire the way that he's teaching in the classroom, the videos he's posting, the templates he's using, the things. I follow, I copy. That's somebody. It's compulsory, please.
Now, let me quickly add, Mr. Michael, a different perspective. Many teachers, you don't know that somebody somewhere is looking onto you and mentor and kind of being a mentee to you. Let me tell you this experience. So many years ago now, about 7, 8 years now, a parent came to me. He said he wants to know who is this Mr. Victory. He wants to know who is this Mr. Victory. It's like almost 10 years now or so. He said, who is this Mr. Victory? He wants to know this person. So he came to school. The school head called me and said, somebody want to see you. I was like, I've not done anything wrong. So I came to the office and it's like, are you Mr. Victory? He just shouted, no wonder. I said, what is the matter, madam? He said, my little child, in primary school, I was teaching in secondary school. This child was in a primary school, the same school. He said, Mr. Victory's, he wants to buy the child now, telling the mom to buy him a round neck t-shirt. All his t-shirt, all his inner wears were all, singlets, not the round neck type. He said, Mommy, I want to buy round neck. He said, why? He said, because Mr. Victory is, and he emphasized white. He said he needs white round neck t-shirts, like what you are seeing here. He said, anytime Mr. Victory is coming to school, his white is always showing small inside his clothes. So he wants his uniform, to be having that white thing. He just likes it. And the mom said, well, he doesn't even understand the white thing. Let him come and see for herself. And she came and she was like, wow, no wonder. See, we as teachers should understand that we are role models. That child never came to me and said, you are my mentor. No. So you look for somebody must hold your hand. Somebody must mention your name in that palace. No matter how good, I'm sorry, let me mention some Bibles a little bit. No matter how good Joseph was, somebody mentioned his name in the palace. no
Yes.
matter how good. So no matter what you have, no matter the information you are able to get, you need somebody, to measure your name, to hold your hand, to fine-tune you, to fine-tune your idea, make it better. There's always a better way. And it's best you get somebody who is ahead of you, somebody who have done it better. And this is the best thing, you can do for yourself. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, which other issue again? Any other question there? Sorry, I'm trying to get something. Okay, a question. I think I got hold on one thing, which is teacher online. Please, I want to know how a married woman of 3 plus 11, 10, and 5 years old can manage comments online, where you have a lot of homework to attend to, plus school or workplace stress. Okay, Mr. Michael, I don't know if you can quickly respond to that. Sorry.
I'm trying to understand the question. I don't know if you get it.
Okay, I think the question is like, a mother of 3,
Okay.
and there are parents, demanding your responses or your attention online. How do you manage that with your homework? And I think Mr. Michael spoke something about that, about boundaries. Please emphasize some things again. How do you manage, your personal, private work, a mother of 3, and, your profession, attending to your clients?
Okay. Well, one key element is you having boundaries, and I think I spoke about that. As a parent, which is a teacher online, please, I want to know how a married woman of 3 can manage comments online where you have a lot of homework to attend to. Is it comments coming from, do you teach online and the comment is coming in? I'm still trying to get a head and tail around the question.
Okay, I don't know, Ahansa, Mrs. Ahansa, please, can you refine your question?
Or we can
Or
unmute.
let me unmute yourself so that you ask.
I think King David hand has been up for a long time. Maybe we can unmute.
King David, just give us this 1 minute. Let me see if I can unmute you. Then I will try and work on get proper answer from Ahansa. David, I'm looking for you. Ahansa, we'll get back to your question just to make sure that we get it clear so that we answer the question correctly.
Yes. And Mr. Victory, quick one. I want us to have, because most of the times when we engage teachers, there is one key element that comes with follow-up. I want us to have a 1-month masterclass for dedicated teachers that are ready to start something on their own.
Wow.
Yes, I will look for the scope within the Ghanaian perspective. You get the Nigerian perspective, we bring them together. It's a 1-month masterclass. If it's 1 Saturday every week, that will come at a cost for 1 month before we will let you start something you want to. So we want to come and hear your unique selling point. We polish it together. We give you a timetable and agenda. We mentor, we coach you. So you find your feet, then we let you go.
Wow.
Think about it.
Mr. Michael, you have just dropped a bomb. Many people may not understand that. I'll come back to that now. Let me quickly allow King David. Your hand must be paining you now. King David, please unmute yourself and speak to us. Sorry for keeping you waiting that long.
All right, there's no problem. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael Kawande, host of this great event today. Please, my question is, a friend sent this link to me, so I'm not actually having a personal connection to any of the platform on this meeting. So my question is, how can I get, perhaps there are materials to share, or the slide or the record? So how will I be able to access the
Okay, thank you very much. Please, are you in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Zambia, South Africa? Where are you? Can you hear me? Okay, put it in the chat box. Where are you from? So that we'll know the group to put you.
You can share the group. You can share the group link in the,
okay,
the chat box. So are not in.
Okay, you are from Nigeria. I'm going to put the group links for both Nigeria and Ghana. Whatever group you are, whatever country you are from, just join. Then from there, you will take it up from there. For those of you who were invited, I want to sincerely appreciate the friend that invited King David. That must be a very nice friend. Please, King David, you are welcome. I'll put the link there. Please join the WhatsApp group. From there, you identify, then I will put the Ghanaian group also there, that you join the Ghanaian Teachers Network. Then we are working on opening for South Africa, from Kenya, Rwanda, and Zambia. We have a couple of teachers from these countries. We're working on them. Thank you very much, King David, for that question. I think there's one more last question there before we wrap up. Time is gone. You can also share this link with friends, please. Share this link with friends. Mr. Felix, thank you. Join with that same link. Once you join, we will align you to your country of interest. Thank you very much. Now, last question. Last question for Mr. Makai. Time is gone. How do you go about finding a mentor for something you have seen no one can do? That is, nobody is doing this thing, and you want to get a mentor around it. How do you go about finding a mentor for that? Mr. Michael, you want to talk about it?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, but there is nothing new under the sun.
You are correct.
Yeah, no matter what you are doing, someone is doing something closer to it. Yes, I understand. We can be a different perspective than no one is on it, but you can have someone who is doing something 80% closer to that dream. But remember, you have discovered something you want. Someone is doing something closer to that. You need to go and learn that foundation. So the person is not into whatever you are doing. Keep searching online, read about it, and start developing it. That's what the best thing I can say. Because no matter what, somebody may be doing something closer, and you can discover that, learn that foundation, and then polish it whatever you want to. So I think that's the best approach you can do.
Thank you so very much. In fact, that is the best option. Now, please note, there is nothing new under the heavens. There's nothing new under the heavens. Whatever you are doing, somebody is doing it somewhere. Now, for instance, Mr. Michael, I've not met him face to face. We have not met, but we are like 5 and 6. We've been able to align our mind thanks to the internet, thanks to technology. So utilize technology, utilize it very well. Many of you were in Edo State for the Edo Teachers Summit last month. Our guest coach, Oluwatosin, I'm sure Mr. Michael knows her very well.
Yes.
She was, in fact, she was surprised when she met me. We've not met at all. She left Lagos State, came to Edo State. This is her first time in Lagos State. She's not been in Edo State. She has no connection. And she didn't just come to the capital. She came to an interior part of Edo State for a conference. I don't know her before. But today, we are pals based on internet. So don't just stay in your corner and be, Mr. Michael said something. You can be in a local school, but don't be a local teacher. Mr. Michael, that thing got me. That statement, it got my soul. You can be in a local school. It's not a crime. But the crime is being a local teacher.
That's all.
So no matter your location, don't allow your immediate environment to decide and limit you. Very, very important. Very important. So thank you very much, Mr. Michael. There are questions still coming in. Please, is the presentation due to network challenge? I couldn't hear a particular portion. You made mention of some professional courses. Please, can you mention outline or mention some of them? I think he talked about Allison online diploma. Allison online diploma. No, when we share the video, latest tomorrow morning, I'm sure the video should be ready for you to view it, to watch again. So you can at least go over it again and learn. Join the WhatsApp group. I'll put my phone number there, and then you'll be able to contact us. We'll be able to discuss more. +234 8158 339342. That's my phone number. Please chat me up. Don't call. Just send a WhatsApp message. I will respond to you. I understand that there are, differences in our time, but just drop a message there. We'll definitely respond to you. Please, for the master class Mr. Michael talked about, we want to, it's a kind of a mentorship class. We want to mentor you to be able to take the next bold step. You want to be a writer. You want to be a educational content creator. You want to be somebody that will leave that local space. A 1 month masterclass. If you are interested, this is my phone number. Send me a WhatsApp message. I am interested in the 1 month masterclass. Please understand, it's going to be a paid masterclass. It's not, compulsory. It's not for everybody. See, the reason why everybody will not be at the top? Because if you remember, this Maslow's hierarchical needs, the higher the pyramid, the smaller the space. It will take discipline and determination to keep you on that space. Mr. Michael, are we together?
Yes, definitely.
It takes discipline and determination to remain on the space. So we're going to take some people into our inner caucus, polish you. That idea you have, we'll fine-tune with you. Your LinkedIn profile, your videos you want to put, you'll be surprised that before you even finish that 1 month masterclass, some of you are already building your profile into thousands of views, thousands of followers. It is possible. It's possible. So please, we are going to mentor you. We are going to hold your hand. We want you to be a global brand. Mr. Michael today can hit his chest and say, I am a global teacher. He just told you, he doesn't have an MPhil. He doesn't have a PhD. Though I'm doing a PhD, but it doesn't make any difference. Mr. Michael is a global brand. I don't know how many countries he has stepped his feet in, but he can boast of being a global brand. So you don't need to even own an international passport today to be a global brand. This handset in your hand, this laptop you're using to watch me is all you need. Information, right information, precise information. So if you're interested in this masterclass, we're going to design the work, the curriculum, the content. Send me a WhatsApp message. My phone number is there. Send me a WhatsApp message. I am interested in the masterclass. It's 1 month masterclass. Send me a message. I will add only those who are interested to the WhatsApp group that will be created between myself and Mr. Michael so that we can coach you. Please remember, it is a paid masterclass. Put that at the front of your mind. It is not for everyone. We sincerely wished everyone will come on board, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. For those of you who will be watching this video after now, please, today is the 5th of October. We are celebrating the World Teachers Day, and we are going to work and, pull teachers. My vision, Mr. Michael's passion and vision will be when we are coming in by October 5th, 2025, for this same celebration. In fact, we are going to be having thousands of teachers.
Testimony
we're going to be having millions of you who are already doing so well, who are commanding teachers in Singapore, who are commanding teachers in US, in Canada, in China. That is the vision. So we are taking it step by step. Mr. Michael, I really, 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 really appreciate you. Please, if you are interested, don't express it here. Send me a WhatsApp message. Send me a WhatsApp message, and I will take it up from there. We'll discuss more with those that have expressed interest. Please remember, you are not too big to learn. No matter the knowledge you think you have today. Many of you, somebody told me, what are they going to tell us in this webinar again? But I'm sure you see something. I've not made a presentation. No. This is just Mr. Michael, and it's mouthful already. So please, don't be limited by your space. Don't be limited by your knowledge. Go out, get knowledge, explore. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, my very good brother, Bright Ehi Williams. He's been here from beginning. Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for being around. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. Madam Emma Justina, thank you so much. I saw Madam Helen. Madam Helen is a head teacher at one of the very big schools here. All right, drop your appreciation notes. Let's be seeing appreciation note as we're winding down now. The video, let me stop the recording.